Today we're going to be talking about solo traveling. I don't know about you, but I have planned trips before with other people, and it's all good in the beginning. Everyone is on board, they want to go, and then later on, closer to the date, to depart, people drop out. So what do? Do you take the trip or do you not take the trip? On the one hand, you found a place, you've decided on a location, you're excited about it, it's a place you've always wanted to go. It's an opportunity for you to do it. But on the other hand, you've never gone anywhere alone. You've never left outside of your comfort zone and done anything alone. So you have all this anxiety, you have all this fear, but you've invested your money into this trip. So you're stuck with the decision, should I go or should I not? So you're overwhelmed, you have all of these emotions going on that's running through your head all at one time. All I want you to do is calm down, take a deep breath, release. I have some tips for you. You're gonna be okay. Keep watching. So the first tip is safety first. Safety is so important. As an individual traveling alone, you definitely want to be aware of your safety precautions that you should have in place. I think it's good to let people know that you love and you trust and they're looking out for your best interests, where you're going. Let them know your location. You don't have to let them know every move that you're making, but give people a general idea of where you're going, so that way if something were to happen, they'll know how to find you or where you are. Another thing that goes along with safety, I personally, when I go to a new place alone and I'm going for vacation purposes and I want to do an excursion, I mainly stick with groups of people. I do things with groups. That's another way to stay safe, not always being isolated. Of course, when you go to a restaurant, you're most likely going to go there alone if you're there in the area alone on your vacation. But for the most part, if you're doing different things, if you can do it as a group, I suggest doing it as a group, because you're not only doing it as a group, but it gives you an opportunity not only to be safe, but to meet new people. And so you're going on a trip, a vacation, to enjoy yourself, but you want to make sure you're safe. You want to make sure that you're aware of your surroundings. So know where you are, know your location, do some research beforehand, know what places to go, what places not to go, whether you're in the U.S. or outside the U.S. Make sure you do your research and understand the location, what's around it, so you can be aware of where you are. And being aware of your surroundings also means what is that literal, being aware of your surroundings, looking around you, knowing who's where, when you're walking in a place or leaving a place, just be aware of what's going on around you. Whether you're, stopping to take a picture or stopping to do whatever you're stopping to do, just make sure you're conscious of there are other people around you that you don't know. So that's tip number one. Tip number two, always have an itinerary. That is so important, you guys. Anytime you're going to a new place, you want to make sure you have an itinerary. You don't want to get to your destination and then start planning what you're going to do, because that's going to consume a lot of your time trying to figure out what's best to do in the area or what's not good to do. Have a general idea before you get there. Do your research. Once again, research, research, research. Always research the area, so that way you will know what restaurants you want to try, where you want to shop, where you want to go on excursions, where you want to go to, have a good time, just to enjoy yourself. Have an itinerary. That's going to really help you a lot during your trip, whether you're there for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, however long you're going to be there. Have an itinerary planned out so you will have something to do each day that you're there. The third tip, make sure you have a budget in place. That is so important. Anytime you're going on a trip, you can always end up spending more money than you planned, or sometimes you may not spend as much as you thought, but have a general idea of what your budget is. And that way you want to make sure you calculate your expenses for travel, for transportation. Make sure you calculate transportation. Some places you go, you know, there may be public transportation that's affordable, and some places their transportation may not be affordable. Normally, you can go to a place and, you know, catch an Uber, but it may be more or less depending on how far out you're going. So make sure you have a good budget in place, and make sure you're calculating your expenses as far as transportation, what transportation is going to cost, have a general idea, do the research in the beginning to find that out, and then how much you're going to spend on food, how much you're going to spend, you know, shopping, doing excursions, or whatever it is you plan to do. Make sure you have a budget in place, because the last thing you want to do is go to a new place, a new area, and spend way more money than you planned and not have enough funds left over to really enjoy doing other things for the remainder of your stay. So always have a budget in place. That's important. That is very important, actually, when you're traveling somewhere alone. Step number 4, very simple. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Do things that you've never done before. If you've never just went and laid out on the beach and just laid there and listened to the ocean and watched the sky or felt the sand between your toes, whatever it is, do it. Take advantage of it. Make sure it's safe. Make sure it's legal. But just enjoy the moment. Enjoy being where you are, because you never know when you're going to get an opportunity to go back to that place. So just enjoy yourself, relax, take a chance, meet new people, you know, go and do things. Especially, I'm big on doing excursions when I go to a different place. I always want to make sure that I go and I tour the area. I'm very big on scenery. I love scenery. I like to just look at the beautiful creation that God has made. And I like to see, you know, other things too, like that just fascinates me, that captures my eye. I like to experience how other people live, how the locals live. I want to see how the way of living. I want to experience that culture the way that the people there experience their culture. So I'm most likely going to take tours of the area. I'm going to try new restaurants. I'm going to do all those things. I don't do the party scene or anything like that, so I'm not going to go to that area, but I will take advantage of making sure I maximize where I am and do as much as I can do in that new location as I possibly can. And so that's the whole point of traveling, of going on vacations. You want to make sure you get that full experience. And you're only going to get that experience by stepping out of your box, going outside of your comfort zone, and not being afraid. We can't allow, you know, our fears to get in the way of us enjoying ourselves in certain areas, especially when you have the opportunity to travel, which is something that, you know, a lot of people may want to do, but then they may not have others to go with them. So if you have to go alone, solo, then do it. You know, try it out. If you don't feel comfortable going, you know, too far out, you know, go the next day over. Try something small first. Don't try to go too big if that's not your comfort level. Try to start somewhere small, and just know that wherever you go, that, you know, go with the mind frame that you're going to enjoy yourself, that you're going to do everything that you want to do, and know that God is going to be with you. He's going to protect you, and that you are his daughter or his son, and that he loves you and he cares for you, and he's going to make sure that you are okay and that you're safe and that you make it back to wherever you have to go safely. So just go and enjoy yourself, and know that God is your protector and that he is going to be there to see you through that. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you like these types of videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. I am passionate about traveling, but I will be sharing other insight on different areas of interest to me, and I hope will be interest to you. So please like, comment,